Let's start by telling everybody how mad you get at me every time I drink one of your fizz waters.
Yes, let's talk about that actually. So I'm pretty sure probably in the first episodes of this podcast, you were very, 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 very much against my
it's still
my
weird.
Bubble water, club soda flavored sparkling water. And now I don't have any more in the fridge because you've been drinking them all while I was gone on vacation.
I've had a total of like 8.
Yeah.
8.
How many have you put in there?
8 cans.
How many have you put in there?
0 cans.
Yeah, exactly. You're -8 right now.
You're just so generous. What a generous guy.
I come back and the club sodas are gone. My granola bars are gone. My nuts are gone.
Cashews.
Peanuts.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sorry about it. There was a bountiful stash.
True.
I took advantage of said stash.
It's true. My Red Bulls were gone too.
That was Kirk.
That was you.
The other day, dude, I had 3 coffees. 3 is usually like the max I'll have in a day. Everyone thinks I'm super addicted.
Is that a lot or little? I don't drink coffee.
Well,
so
I was
don't
at the
know.
doctor last night, and she was asking about how much coffee I drink, and I was like, a lot, like 3.
You're not dying on me.
No, we're
okay,
good.
we're good. Okay.
But I was like on a big day, like 3 maybe. She's like, oh, that's nothing. Like a lot of coffees in a day is like 5 to 8. I was like, people are drinking 8 coffees in a day?
8?
Like I usually have about 2 cups of coffee a day, but this day I had 3, and then I went to crack a Red Bull because we were editing late, and I thought to myself, right as I'm about to do the whole, I was like, this is a really bad idea.
I should
3
not
coffee.
be
I had
doing
like, one
this.
was an espresso, one was a cortado that basically had like a full pot of Chemex, and I was about to just crack a Red Bull.
You're speaking other languages.
I almost killed myself.
Oh, okay.
Imminent heart attack. Anyways, I made the right decision.
Yeah,
I put it back
you
in the
drank
fridge.
the Red Bull.
I drank the Red Bull. It was sugar-free.
You drank not 1 but 2 Red Bulls.
I heard the sugar-free ones are worse for you because it's aspartame in them.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Like you're better off drinking the sugary Red Bull.
There's got to be some downside.
I kind of think you're just better off not drinking the Red Bull.
That's why.
To be honest.
Sparkling water, club
All right.
soda,
Cheers.
whatever. Cheers.
So today we thought we'd do something different and ask the public, ask the audience.
Ask the audience.
You're going to use one of our lifelines and ask the audience what we should discuss today.
Man, remember that show? That was like ages ago.
Yeah.
That was big. Oh yeah. So Q&A.
I was going to talk about Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but okay, let's get into
let's
it.
talk about me.
It was a fact. I remember the lights. Do you remember this? The first time I really appreciated lighting. Because they would go he'd be like, all right, and let's get started with the first question.
Or whatever.
And all the lights would rotate down. And I just thought, wow.
That's a lot
How
of
does
lights.
that work?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I remember that.
Anyway, I digress.
Do you think you would have won $1 million on there?
No, I wouldn't have made it past like 5 questions.
I feel like you would have done decent.
No, they'd have been like, who is the 5th Prime Minister of Canada? And I've been like, I don't care.
That's true. Yeah.
Lifeline.
Let's do both phones. No? 2 phones or
Let's
one
just
phone?
do one.
Okay,
Let's
one
just do
phone.
one, yeah.
Okay. How are we going to do this? We've never done this before.
We tweeted about an hour ago.
Yes.
Let's.
If you're not following us on Twitter, you should follow us on Twitter. Maddie and Pete is the handle.
That's the handle. So we asked on that handle, ask us some questions and we can discuss at random. A little bit of improv fun here on the Maddie and Pete show. Brought to you by.
Do we have sponsors?
I don't know. I was trying to set you up in case we did.
If we don't remember the last episode, if you haven't listened to it, you should go back.
Brought to you by Maddie and Pete. And Tyler.
And Sparkling Water, Dunder Mifflin. All our sponsors. Let's take this first one from Caleb Pike. We know him. We've met him. He's a good dude. Has a solid channel. What about your job are you most frustrated with / tired of doing?
I think that probably rolls back into what we discussed in the last episode with feeling like I'm now stuck making a certain type of content that I've branded myself to make. Taking photos of landscapes, tutorials, or like travel video stuff where I made a video about dumping my pockets, like an everyday carry pocket dump video, which did great. And I had so much fun making it, but it's super out of left field.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What's he doing? Like I would love to make a cooking video with Dennis or something. Just who cares?
I would like to see that.
But it would be weird.
Yeah.
And that's
People
what's
would be like,
frustrating for me.
You've run out of ideas.
Yeah.
You just,
That's what's frustrating for me.
What's the most frustrating thing? I think the most frustrating thing is kind of similar to, I think when we talked about this, is like the box we put on ourselves and trying to get out of that box. So the rules that we put on ourselves, that I need to do 2 videos a week or 3 videos a week or whatever, and those start dictating things more than just like, I think this is a good video idea, I should make this. Right now, I don't have good video ideas. I should not make anything.
But
right
I have
now.
to.
But I have to. Yeah. That stupid box. That's probably the most frustrating. Let's go with an interesting one. Sean Palace. I'm so bad with names.
Oh, dude, I'm the worst. That's why you're holding the phone, bro. You're taking the heat on this one.
Sean Palace. What's your favorite piece of gear from 2019?
Oh, Marquez just did a video on this. What was your favorite piece of tech from 2019?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It sounds super cliche because everyone said the same. A lot of people said the same thing. For me, it was the iPhone 11 Pro, man. The camera was so good, and I'm always taking photos and just having it, for especially for my kids. And you've seen my camera roll. It looks like a grid itself. I've just had a lot of fun using it. And another one that sounds super cliche, but it's just... The items for me are things that I use in my everyday life that make it better. And the AirPods Pro are legitimately incredible. And they help me when I'm traveling, when I'm on the go, and I'm walking through an airport and I want to listen to people. Boop, see ya. Great.
Yeah, there's a AirPods Pro. That's like, I don't know. I always thought like, man, the first AirPods, I was like, I don't know if I like those.
Even an upgrade?
Yeah.
And then came out with the second ones.
And then the second ones, because they're in ear, like they go right in there. Like I've never liked that. But when I put those in, I'm like, wow, this actually feels really, really comfortable.
Yeah, and it sounds really, really great. Noise canceling sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and I like the transparency mode. Like if I'm, if Kai's around and I still need to hear him or something like that, then like
you're not going to get hit by a car or walking around the city.
That
or something.
That is also a good thing. Yeah. I'd probably have to second both of those actually.
They're just great, and they're great not because they're popular and mainstream. They're just things I use every single day that made every single day easier and better using those products.
Yeah, there's some products that like are cool, but you don't really end up using them that much. And then there's some products where like, oh, I use this every single day. It's actually changed the way that, I live, I guess, or whatever. All right, let's see. What else?
This is fun.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying this.
This is actually, this is going to be tricky. I wish somebody else was looking through. Okay, who would, Tori Banks asked, who would be your creative dream team? I assume this would be like, if you could like make some project, who would you want to work with? Like, who are the, that's a tough one. I don't know if, it depends too if you're talking about YouTube world and then like.
Just in general?
Yeah, like outside film world or
honestly,
something.
So I would have probably said Tom DeLonge in the past because I've always appreciated his outside the box thinking. Someone who's like, I don't care what you think I'm typecast to make or sing or write. I do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Think I'm crazy, think I'm not. This is my life. And I've always respected that part of him. So I would have said Tom, and I am working with him now, which is awesome.
I remember when I first met you, like, oh yeah, like I've always liked Blink, and I liked Angels and Airwaves, like, and
I've always said I wanted to meet like 2 people, Tom DeLonge and Kiefer Sutherland.
Kiefer
Sutherland,
that
bro.
Still has to happen.
I would just melt into his arms.
That's your dream team right there, Tom.
I love Kiefer Sutherland.
I think for me, if I like,
God, he's awesome.
The first person that comes up, like, and I don't think. I could never work with him, I don't think, but David Fincher, I would love to watch him do his thing. It would be more of like who do you want to like shadow for a second? It'd be like cool. I think he's way up there for me.
You want me to get in on this?
Yeah, I think that's going to help if both of us are digging in and looking, because there's a lot of good questions, but then we don't have that much time on here. So
okay, Tyler Neely. Over the past few years on YouTube, what was your most exciting milestone?
Ooh, over the last year?
Over the past few years.
I still think 100,000 subs is the most exciting milestone if we're talking about, I mean, I think it would be anything that from this question, I would get that like came into your career based off of YouTube. I think ultimately it's realized, like I came into YouTube with very specific goals. I said I wanted to make, I think it was $1,000. I think originally it was $1,000 just in general from YouTube, which was very low, obviously. But I was just like, I want to make a cool grand. Yeah, just
and peace into the woods.
I think it was like essentially from AdSense, but I didn't realize there's so many different ways of making money. And then I wanted 1 million views, and then 100,000 subs was like my insane goal that like it's not gonna happen in the first year. I'm gonna totally fail, and then I'm gonna have to work harder. And all of those happened. Sorry, I did kind of have like I don't know if I really said it out loud, but it was like kind of like a secret one where I wanted to make $8,000 a month from all my passive income streams. So YouTube and selling courses and film supplies, stock footage, all of those. And when I hit that and essentially became independent from having to, wait for work from anybody else, I think that was like the most exciting for me.
That's a huge milestone when I realized I can do this and support my family.
Exactly.
I'm going for it.
Yeah.
That was a massive milestone.
I still remember you were working still a full-time job when I met you.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. For me, I think it's the Shorty Award for me, to be honest.
Oh, yeah?
As far as YouTube goes, because it was just like a recognition of all the hard work I've been putting in. So to get something like that was really, really cool.
Plus you beat Will Smith.
Yeah, that's just icing.
That's
icing on the cake
not a small feat right there.
Which was also cool.
Yeah.
It was a cool nod, not only for me, I feel I was a little bit, with regards to that and how the award was for Breakout YouTuber of the Year. And Will Smith had just started his channel as well.
Yeah.
So instantly I kind of thought, well, that sucks. Like, he's obviously going to win, dude. It's Will Smith. He's the Fresh Prince.
Yeah, exactly.
He's obviously going to get millions of subscribers and be Breakout because he's already a A-class superstar actor from like that. Everyone knows him.
Everybody.
The whole world.
Yeah.
So there was a little bit of me that was like, well, that's kind of an unfair category to stick him into. Like that doesn't. So to beat him was cool, but it's I felt like it was cool for everyone else as well to be like, hey, YouTubers are still like people who are recognized out there grinding, making cool stuff that can beat A-list celebrities. Yeah. Like they matter just as much.
Yeah.
So for me, that was cool.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's here's a good one. Spencer Shao asks, when are you going to start posting on TikTok? Because I'm already following you.
He's following me or you?
I don't know. Maybe it's both of us.
Okay.
We both have accounts.
We both have accounts.
But neither of us have posted. He's right.
I'm going to start posting in 2020. I'm going to make a whole bank of this weird garbage.
What does weird garbage mean?
I don't know. I just want it to be like, you don't
want to care.
You are not going to see... Don't expect to see B-roll
9 camera hacks
and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just going to be like literally, this is like if I was friends with Peter and working at his office, this is what it would be like every day. Just stupid, funny. I just don't care. I'm not going to put tons of like production quality into it. Yeah. That's what I think inevitably starts to ruin the fun of things.
Yeah, and that's what TikTok will turn into eventually.
Yeah, people will come in and do that, and that's fine. But yeah, I think I'm just going to have fun with it. And I could really care less if it does well or not. It's more for me to just troll.
Yeah.
So that's what you can expect from me, trolling.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm still debating on TikTok whether I want to, so I have like two things. I think one idea is like, I want to do some like kind of like, not like camera editing tricks, but like get some really cool shots that would blow people's minds a little bit and then like post those as just like short form, whether it's using 360 cameras and doing cool stuff with that or, crazy drone shots, blah, 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 whatever. Or another like angle, I feel like I have a lot of like thoughts throughout the day. They're like, I wish like, I could share this out to people, whether it's like, kind of like something I learned or something like that. Part of me wants to do that, even though that's not the sexy route of like, oh, you're making funny TikTok videos, so yeah, I'm kind of like debating which way should I go.
I think for me, it's just comedy, like just humor and stupidity.
Well, right now, definitely. TikTok is
that's
very
what I love about
interesting.
it, though. It's just weird, dumb things that literally make me laugh.
And TikTok is one of the strongest platforms, I think, right now.
There will be no dancing for me, though.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be dancing from you.
This makes me laugh right here. I got to say this because it's funny. This dude named Vic says, where do each of you see yourselves in 5 years? 10 years. And then the next guy goes, I hate questions like this, especially during interviews. So do I.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be where I am.
Yeah, we all both have plans, but like I could have never planned 5 years ago that I would be doing YouTube full time.
I'm not a big fan of like looking forward 10 years. Like I have no idea, man. I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow.
I just want to take steps forward.
Yeah.
You'll see. You'll find out where you end up.
I feel like half this podcast is just going to be silence while we scroll through our phones.
Tyler, you're going to have to... This is going to be the podcast, right? For those of you watching the video feed, it's going to be me and Peter are on our phones.
Yeah.
Silent.
Silent.
I've got some on TV too.
Dude.
That's way...
Guys.
Oh my gosh, we're idiots. We've been
Come
using
on.
our phones this whole
There's
time.
like
We have a TV.
65-inch right here with all the questions on it. What happened to 2 Minute Tuesday? Will there be a comeback or a new version? Maybe Tutorial Tuesday? No, there won't be a Tutorial Tuesday. I'm not going to do as many tutorials moving forward in 2020. I still plan to teach photography and cinematography and do stuff like that, but it's going to be, I'm going to try to mix up and change how it's delivered. As far as 2 Minute Tuesday, yes, it's coming back, but it's coming back in the form of something that I plan to kind of call the cage.
The cage.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds
You'll just have to tune in and watch, but we've got plans, folks. There's plans.
Yeah, that's... I'm actually excited. Well, I'm secretly excited that you're finally leaving this space, just so I can finally make this my own space.
I'm excited
That's the
for you.
only reason.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, but I'm also excited to see all the new stuff that you end up doing because of your new space. I think that's really gonna change things. Someone asked, did I order my Model 3 at Tesla?
Are you going to do that?
I don't know yet.
Should you do it?
Is that a good
Should
idea?
you do it right now on the podcast?
Is that a bad idea? Good idea?
I think you should just do it.
You know me, I'm like, this is probably one of the things that we're very opposite, or like somewhat opposite at least in, is like, if I want something, I will take like months to think about it. When Peter comes to the office and he's like, I think I want this, I know that it'll happen in the next
48.
Yeah, like day 2. If it hasn't happened in that month, Peter is depressed.
I'm just bummed.
He's just like, oh man, I gotta wait till February to get this.
Peter, waiting is good. It'll make you appreciate it more.
This is a real conversation.
But the Raptor, dude, I waited years to get the Raptor.
Yeah.
Like I did not just on a whim do that. I tried to get one free for the longest time.
Didn't work.
Didn't work. So then I just bought one, and then Ford emailed me and were like, hey, cool pictures. And I was like, cool.
Sweet. I already have what I wanted. Thank you.
Yeah. Where'd you get your hat? I'm like, yeah, you like that, don't you? This dude says, are you spending $50K on the Mac Pro? I maxed that out last night while I was just watching TV.
What is it maxed out? It's like 52 or something?
I got to 64.
Canadian, right?
64 Canadian. Yeah. No, I don't need like 200 cores or whatever. Well, I don't even know what that means. I'm like, dude, I'm not trying to run the Pentagon here. What is this? Like, I'm like launching a shuttle from my office? Like, what? What is this? I'm like, this sounds like the Bond villain would need this Mac Pro.
How many gigs of RAM? It's like
you can get like
300 and something.
Yeah. So you know what I did? I went back through
16, 32. Wow, 300.
Yeah, it just jumps. They're just like, you know what? Let's just throw it in there so they don't complain. I went after I maxed it and was like, okay, if I was just buying one and money wasn't an option at all, like an issue, and I just went through and was still modest about it, and it came out to around 20,000. And I was like, that's still like
a lot of money.
It's still so freaking expensive, man, for a computer.
But
it's still probably way more than I would ever need.
But I think there's a lot. I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter and stuff. There's a lot of talk about how expensive it is.
Yeah.
Anything like somebody was talking about like a Dell comparable PC is like 75 grand or something like that. Like a lot of money
75.
still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But then also like, cinema cameras, like an Arri Alexa costs like what, like $100 and something thousand for just the camera body.
Like what
just
is
the
it
camera.
actually? Is it like 150 or?
Some of them you can't even buy. You literally you can't
you
even
can't.
buy them. They're
How do you so how does that even work?
They essentially
production houses have to, buy them, or?
they lend it, like Airy lends it to you. So only like the top of the line production, like you're shooting like the next Oscar winning movie, you get a chance at getting I think they're the 65s right now that they're like you can't buy them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
So if you're using
sounds like my pirate brand.
if you're using one of those, it's like
that's cool.
You've made it.
Yeah, the Mac Pro. I think people probably think it's new, it's out. When you see like, I would never pay that. It's like, yeah, but bro, you're using Microsoft Word.
Yeah, exactly.
And you make the occasional video. You bought a drone for your hobby.
You're on Facebook.
Yeah, and you're uploading like your drone flight from Florida, from Orlando.
Yeah,
like, and nothing wrong with any of that.
No,
you're not the target.
You don't need it
whatsoever.
Yeah,
then I would argue I'm not even the target.
I don't even think I am either.
Like we're talking. Andrew Kramer is the kind of person who should be getting like the Mac Pro.
Or you're running a production company and let's say it takes on average 20 minutes to render out a video.
Yes.
Let's say now with that, you invest 50,000. Yes, 2 minutes. You've every single day you're saving hours of time for your editors.
People
and
are getting more work done.
Exactly.
Efficiency is better.
It pays
more money staying in the doors.
Yeah. So it's for the people that are complaining
like
about
YouTubers using Mac Pros is pretty pretty out there.
Yeah, that's overkill.
Especially when they're like, hey, I'm shooting on a mirrorless camera and I'm editing on a Mac Pro. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I think
that's intense.
I think you'd have to be really like cranking out videos that I need to export like 20 videos a day or something.
Even shooting on the Red Monstro 8K, like I don't use it like for every single video, but I think even still that $20,000 benchmark at like the Mac Pro is still overkill for my everyday use. For what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't have those deadlines of like, you got to export 5 videos or an hour long. Imagine exporting like an hour and a half, like some feature film or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I would just leave whatever I need overnight.
Yeah.
Just come back in the morning.
But like if somebody's doing that
I need it today,
every day.
Now.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's like millions of dollars. It's like some Hollywood studio or something. There's millions and millions of dollars on the line if you don't get it out by tomorrow or something like that. And like that's
how do you think? Do you like the way it looks? Everyone's like cheese grater. And I'm like, we're always gonna find the household item to compare
did
the
you see
Apple
all the
product
memes
to.
where the AirPods Pro came out?
Like a hairdryer.
Yeah, there's like a million different things. Honestly, I don't really care what it looks like too much.
It's gonna be under the desk or on top. The monitors look dope.
Yeah, the monitors. Yeah.
What are they? What resolution are those?
I don't know. Tyler, pull that up. This
monstrous.
is the XER, whatever.
They look sick.
And again, people are like, this costs so much, but comparable products
but the people
from other
who are
companies
using
are very
these
expensive.
Are making Pixar films.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah, you need to pixel peep every
you're
little
not
thing.
Browsing Twitter on your,
Yeah, you're not making a YouTube video in most cases. It's overkill. I mean, I still like one.
Their product pages are pretty sick now. When you scroll down and like things happen. It's all like dynamic. Look at that thing. I mean,
that thing is nice. I want one still.
It looks, dude. 100%
if I had infinite amounts of money, I would take one.
Oh yeah. Or if Apple was just like, hey, do you want one? I'd be like, please.
Yes.
Please.
Yes. What is it?
Dude, half the specs they talk about, I don't even know what they are.
Yeah, like, I mean, most people, I don't think like 10-bit color. People are like, cool, I need that, and they don't know.
They have like an afterburner card that can go in there that helps. Like I was like, what is that? Like I didn't even know. Looked it up, and it's like specifically for rendering video and stuff. I was like, well, I'll take that.
What? Interesting.
Look at this product page. Beautiful.
Yeah. They just know how to
do
that.
I think the design is sick, man.
I gotta say, I think I like, especially the monitor. Nothing. I really like the way it looks. The desktop, I mean, I would hide that anyways. The monitor would be out.
Oh, and it swivels vertical like that all day long.
Yeah,
look at that.
That's
they're probably like, oh, you can use it for code. Oh, that's Instagram stories right there, baby.
That to me is a little bit overkill. If you're coding, I'm not sure that you need a 6K monitor that costs that amount of money.
It would look great.
I'm not sure if that's the best use case for one of these monitors. I think you could deal with not so.
They look really nice.
They do. I really appreciate. I would. Yeah. I hope I get
Retina
to check
6K,
one out.
32 inch.
6K. Dang. Do you ever remember when you got your first Retina screen and then you would go back to like a non-Retina?
Yeah, and you're like, oh, do I need glasses?
Yeah, what? My eyes are blurry. Why is it
What was
blurry?
your first Mac? Do you remember? Or when you switched over? Or did you switch over?
It was the
or?
first unibody laptop.
Okay.
So when they first made the aluminum unibody, whatever.
My first was the Sunflower iMac.
Oh, wow.
Where the base
You were
was in. Yeah. The base was in disk drive. And it had that sweet monitor that you could pull. It was awesome, dude. It still looks awesome.
Yeah, no.
That's my first one.
No. Wait, have you
so
always...
sick.
Did you have PCs in between then?
No, so when I was in college, I was on PC. I had like an HP or like a Toshiba or something like that.
Yeah, same.
And then one of the professors was like, yo, you need to be on a Mac if you want to like...
All the pros are on Mac.
All the pros, all the people that know what they're doing. You know, if you're graphic design, photographer, like what are you doing on that garbage? I was like,
Your designs come out way worse.
I just bought it. I'm sorry. Dude, this one professor, he scared the shit out of me so much. Like he would kick people out all the time. I probably learned more from this guy than anybody because I was just so scared to like not listen. And I respected him for that at the end of the day. Hated him for it in the moment. One other dude tried to do the same approach. And I remember we were coding something in a program called Director, which was replaced by Flash, which is now gone. And we were coding in Director, and then he was just like, pop quiz. And everyone was panicking. And then he made everyone leave the room while he marked everyone's computers on their monitors with like a marker. And then he made everyone clean their monitors after. What? And in that moment, I said, fuck that. And I left. And I dropped out of that class that day. I was like, I'm not cleaning my monitor. And I don't care about Director or you. And you're a horrible teacher. And I'm not sticking around for this.
That is the essence of Peter McKinnon.
And that's when like that's when like the house of cards fell for me in school and college. I was like, yeah, I'm not sticking around for this kind of stuff. I don't need this in my life.
Yeah, sidetrack here. I went way off there.
I'm sorry.
But I'm going to go even further.
Okay, let's go.
So I went to university for 2 years. I studied sports science, kinesiology.
Yeah.
And first year, I had a class, the only class I had on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. at night. So my school was a 50-minute bus ride. I took the bus to the university. I lived at home, saved money. Yeah, I was the cool kid. Only class, 3 hours long, from 7 to 10 p.m. It was calculus. And the teacher...
That's my worst nightmare.
...was... The way he talked was so hard. He was talking super fast and like so hard to understand. His notes were just like scribbles. And at 7 p.m. at night, I'm like, I'm already...
Why
like,
am I here?
Yeah, I'm already
what
tired.
am I doing with my life?
Guess how many classes I went to all year?
4.
2. I think it was 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And I missed one of the midterms. So this is not my proudest moment, but I had to like go get a fake medical, like a doctor's note saying I missed it, that I was sick. I was sick, and I like, because otherwise I would have missed like 25% of my mark or something. Anyways, my final exam was 80%. 80% of my mark.
Wow.
And I had gone to 2 classes all semester because the teacher was really bad. He just didn't know how to teach well. Yeah, just wasn't a good teacher. I'm sure he knew his stuff, just wasn't a good teacher. Yeah, that was nerve-wracking.
I didn't enjoy college very much at all.
Guess what I got on that test?
What did you get?
An A.
I was like
I was very lucky that math was my like strongest subject. If it wasn't, I would have failed that for sure.
Dude, math, I went to summer school for math.
Yeah, there's
math
no
was my
way I would have passed
subject.
that. I literally just read the textbook and I figured it out myself.
I was the guy who'd be like, how can I print a cheat sheet onto the label of a water bottle that I can bring into the classroom because I need water and they're not going to ask me about it? How can I use magic? How can I use my magic past and what I know to cheat the system because I hate being here?
That's too funny. Yeah,
I was in and out of that. Like I was in and out of that like college admissions office so many times, like back and forth. And you're back. Oh, you're gone again. You're back. Yeah. You're missing these credits. Now you're behind. You're ahead. You should switch to photography. And then they were like, oh, you're too far ahead for where we should put you. Like, you should be in the 3rd year, but you're first. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna.
You know what? I'm good.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, 2 years. Wasted money. Well, it wasn't wasted money, but a lot of the classes I literally could have just read the slides because the profs would just have these slides and they would just read. No,
I'm one credit away from a diploma.
Sorry, I do have a bachelor's in theology. That's what I graduated, but I didn't go back to finish the.
I've got one credit away from a diploma, and I keep saying like, oh, I think it's funnier to be one away than to have it. But I do also understand the privilege that is also that we have to be able to go to school.
Oh, 100%,
which is awesome.
Yeah, I do feel like I learned stuff. but it wasn't necessarily the
Just wasn't
stuff
for
that
me.
they wanted me to learn.
Wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But the Mac Pro is cool, man.
That's so funny. I just realized that that's how we got to.
Next question.
All right, we got 500 more questions with tangent.
John Stam says, from a cinematography perspective, what's your favorite show right now?
Ooh, from a cinematography. It's not necessarily my favorite, but it's one of the ones that I appreciate most. And this is out of left field. It's Better Call Saul. A lot of stuff right now has a very similar look to it. Like Mandalorian looks incredible. It's a great show. Game of Thrones looked incredible. I fully appreciate everything. But Better Call Saul uses very different techniques. Like they use a lot of like harsh light and these like just really interesting stuff that other people aren't
Vince
doing.
Gilligan,
and that's
man.
why, yeah,
He's
I really like this
so
stuff.
great.
Yeah,
I want to get him on the podcast.
man. If we could get him on the podcast,
It would never happen.
We've made it.
It would never happen.
Can we start, Tyler? Can you start sending out? Can we like start putting this on social? Imagine if we can.
We get The Rock before Matt D'Avella does. I'd just be like this the whole podcast.
I bet you Matt wishes he were here right now.
You have a great smile, Dwayne.
You would just talk the whole time. We would just say,
I don't think there's any particular show right now that I'm watching where I'm very. The cinematography is amazing.
Yeah.
So I don't really have anything that I'm watching right now that's worthy of an answer like that.
I mean, most of the time, if you don't notice the cinematography, that means they're doing a really good job. Like it kind of means that like it's.
There's moments where I'm like, oh, that flare was just so tasty, or I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, nice cut.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm constantly, we're watching the morning show right now on like Apple TV Plus.
Yeah.
And something happens, and I'm just like, ooh. And Janice will be like, what? I'm like, hang on, rewind. Look at that flare. Tasty. Can you play it now? And I'm like, oh, sorry.
All right. Yep.
It's like there's that kind of thing, but nothing where I'm constantly like, guys,
This is the show,
cinematography. So,
Have you watched Mindhunter?
no.
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 Oh, that's Fincher's. Like, I mean, he's obviously not doing the cinematography, but his like style and aesthetic, it's just
You've told me to watch this before.
so good.
I don't doubt it.
I don't know if you would actually like it that much. Our tastes are very different in movies.
Yeah,
some
very-
are
very
but-
different. The other day we were talking about, I'm like, dude, I just watched Angel Has Fallen. So sick, man. It was
And then
just
I'm like, I watched a 3.5 hour movie, The Irishman.
it's like, yeah, no thanks. It sounds boring.
To be fair, that movie, so I got invited to the TIFF, whatever. It's like it's kind of like a movie theater, but they do more like select screenings, whatever. And they're like, hey, come watch the select screening of Irishman.
You'll be here
I'm
till
like,
tomorrow.
And they didn't tell me anything. So I get there and I'm in line and I'm like, cool, we're going to watch. I was with my wife. It was like nice date night, whatever. We had some really good food before that. It was actually some of the best food I've ever ate. Tangent. And then we're talking to this old couple and they're like, yeah, it's 3.5 hours long. And I'm like, sorry, what? He's like, yeah, there's an intermission in between. There's an intermission. There's going to be a break. I was like, oh my gosh, like Kai's going to be screaming with
I don't even want to watch a
and
movie that's 3.5 hours long,
It
dude.
was long. And then I was banking on that intermission, right? I was like, oh, I can do, an hour and a half
Let me
or
guess.
whatever in an intermission. There was no intermission.
came.
I didn't get snacks. I didn't get drinks because I was
didn't
like,
get
there's gonna
Sour
be-
Patch Kids?
I didn't get nothing because I was like, there's going to be an
bro.
intermission. I'll just get it then. Whatever. It'll be
hurts.
fine. No intermission. Guess how much I slept in that movie?
3.5
So
hours.
it was a good nap.
I just like TV
For the
more than
record,
movies right
it was
now.
an interesting movie. It was good. I just wasn't in the right state of mind for a 3.5 hour movie.
That's a flight movie for me where I need to
Yeah.
burn 3.5 hours on like an overseas flight. And I'm like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's just, hey, can I get a glass of red wine, please? And throw on those noise canceling and let's
Got
just
nothing
let's
else to
go.
do right now.
Let's go.
Yeah. Why is his name Tokyo Driftwood now?
Jesse changes his name on Twitter every bi-monthly.
Oh, is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Do you ever have repeat guests on the show asking for a friend?
but not him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Some people only get a single invite.
Yeah, he's a single invite for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure. I think so.
I can't move on without. I'd love to have Jesse back. I can't.
Yeah, I guess
love Jesse.
sarcasm is a little bit.
Yeah. Will Peter be
Classic
considering
Jesse.
hosting his own art galleries in the new office? No. it'll be like an art gallery of all my own stuff because I've always wanted a place to put it, but not like open to public or anything like that.
You're going to be keeping it a secret.
It's private space.
Private
Space, folks.
But you're always like that too. You like having your own thing. And I respect that.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be shared.
That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Right?
I don't care.
All right. So somebody's asking, do we ever feel competitive with each other? Do you ever feel like it's a competition between us?
No.
I don't either. It's interesting.
I not to sound like I don't care, but I really don't care what you do.
I don't mean I don't care, but I don't care.
You know what I mean? I
yeah.
literally do whatever you want. I don't care. I don't feel competitive. And yeah, you do your thing. I'll do mine.
I've always had this, or not always, but like a couple of years ago, I realized like one of my mottos is like, what benefits you benefits me. What benefits me benefits you. And so like, if you're doing well and you're my good friend, like it benefits me in that like, hey, my good friend's doing well. Like, you know, like he's succeeding. That's awesome. I can be happy for him. But also it might be like, hey, do you wanna, for example, when we met, I was like, do you want to go to the Swiss Alps and drive some Porsches around? And it's like, you know, it's like, oh, yeah, sure, let's do it, you know? And so like there can be actual tangible benefits also. But as soon as you start thinking like, oh, Peter got that brand deal and I didn't get it, or Peter's going on this trip and I'm not going on this trip, that immediately is like pure poison, I think, in friendships. And like, then you start getting jealous about everything, you start picking at everything. And then when you do hang out, it's just like, competition like that is not good in my opinion.
It sucks. I don't even, like, I don't watch anyone's videos. Like, I don't watch, like, all my friends. Watch YouTube? I just, no, not really. Like,
I used to watch a lot more. Nowadays,
I think so too, but like, not from a fact that it's like, I don't like your content and I just don't want to watch you. And not from a point of like, I don't want to watch it because I don't want to feel like I'm missing out or I just try to keep to myself, man. I just make my stuff and hang out with the friends that I enjoy hanging out with. And that's about where it ends. I really don't care about anything else.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. That's an interesting. I think a lot of people do feel that sense of like competitiveness, though.
Yeah, I mean,
in this like,
I think Casey made a video when I was with him about like Peter, like friend or competitor.
Right. Yeah.
And he was like, friend.
Yeah.
I think most people probably think the same thing.
Yeah.
What else we got on here?
Pekka Pelko. Actually, I think I know this guy. I know this guy. Yeah.
I was going to ask you to pronounce that because I figured I'd be saying it wrong.
Pekka Pelkonen.
Pekka.
Okay, there you go.
Pekka.
He asked, what does being Finnish mean to Matti? What Finnish quality/things does Peter find weird in Matti? Love from Finland. What do I
don't find anything weird. Maybe besides like your obsession with cutting a hole in the ice during the winter to like, I'm
just the good stuff.
I just don't get it.
You're forgetting the sauna part. That's like the
that sounds fine.
Sauna, and then you cut a hole in the ice. You take a chainsaw, cut a hole in the ice, and you have to like push the ice down under the you got to get rid of that ice, right? So you got to push it down. Then you put in a ladder there because you don't want to get stuck in there. Then you go sauna, and then you jump in the ice water.
How serious you are about this? I remember watching you in Sweden. Like remember we had that suite. And you were in the sauna, and then you opened the door and ran, and you were like, "There's no water, so I'll just roll in the snow."
I'm just gonna go roll.
And I remember thinking, like, you look like my dog right now, just like, like when Bauer like rolls around in the backyard in the snow because he loves it. When he does that today, I'm like, reminds me of Matti, like rolling around in the snow in like the north of Sweden.
Same mental picture.
Same thing. This blonde dude just rolling. It's my golden. This blonde, just rolling around in the snow, coming back in like And I just think like that does not. I just don't think I would enjoy that. I know I don't think I would enjoy it at all.
Oh, trust me, it feels amazing afterwards.
I wanted to make a vlog about that this winter. Remember me telling you that?
One.
I wanted to like
I'll take
do
you
a video about that.
I'll take you to our cottage. We'll go sauna. We'll cut a hole in the ice.
I think it'd be fun.
I'll get you to go in there.
I think I would do it for the video.
For sure. It's not that bad. It is bad, but it's not that bad.
We've talked about it so long to the point where I think it just has to happen now.
I think so.
Okay, what else we got? Claudio says, do you ever want to not do anything and rather just relax, kick back, and, well, do nothing? What do you do to recharge your batteries? What do you do to recharge there, my friend?
What do I do? Okay, first of all, I do want to just sit back and do nothing often.
Yeah.
Especially recently. I don't know why. Maybe I've been working really hard or I don't know. But I'd love to just like chill for a bit and not have any pressure to do anything. What was the second part? To recharge?
Mm-hmm.
I think to recharge right now, have I said this on the podcast already? One of the things that I like spending time with family and blah, 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 that kind of stuff, the usual, that sounded
Blah,
bad.
blah,
Blah, blah, blah, boring.
Let's just get the family out of the way. Obligatory family answer. Family, kids, sure. But what I really like doing.
But let's get to the real stuff.
What really drives me.
Other than that,
That was great.
I do really, really enjoy watching like TV shows and movies. I recently have been watching Mandalorian. I enjoy it.
Okay.
You don't like? Do you like it? No?
I don't not like it. I'm just a bit bored. I've only watched 2 of them.
I kind of like.
And
I
it's
like the
just a bit
feel
like,
of it. I like has
cool.
that interesting feel.
I love
really
Star
like
Wars,
the music. Yeah, it's good. So movies, TV. But I like playing video games right now. I play Fortnite, and then I'm actually thinking about. I said it on the last podcast. I'm actually thinking about starting to stream maybe because I really like live streaming, but I don't think it's that good for my channel necessarily. So I don't want to really live stream too much on there, but I'd like to live stream more often, and so I might start doing that. But that's cool. Yeah. I don't know. I think that's what I do right now.
I agree. Like I do want to just sit around and do nothing. I think I'm more of a procrastinator than you are.
Yeah,
so
maybe
I probably do
bit.
a little bit more of just chill stuff during the week because if I'm not super into something, it takes me a lot longer to just get myself to do it.
force
And then
yourself.
with every day that I put it off, it gets worse and worse. And then, and the next thing you know, you're like, well, here I am again.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy just not having to turn my head off and not think about stuff. Jet ski helped a lot with that.
That's your recharge?
Yeah, for sure. It was for this summer, like I put 65 hours on the engine.
65 hours. That's quite a bit, eh?
That's just the GTX. I put like 13 on the Spark.
Dang.
So like 73 hours.
Yeah, jet ski
Imagine that, 73 hours sitting on a jet ski.
That's a long time.
That's 73 hours engine run time. So that was great. Winter now, obviously can't do that. There's a lot of little things I like to do to recharge that kind of have nothing to do with anything. Sharpening knives sounds super creepy, but
that's really weird.
Love
that's
pocket
definitely
knives.
Weird.
Love pocket knives. Got a few friends that are knife makers and stuff. So just chatting with them and then sitting down with the coffee and at the table and sharpening my blades and stuff like that. It's just like a nice relaxing thing, to be honest. Same with like kind of goes in line with the leather making that I do.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Just like kind of
great.
mindless in a way.
Yeah, it's fun.
I wonder how many people think that we just literally film stuff all the time.
Oh, I would assume most people think we're just constantly camera in hand.
We just carry a camera all the time. Film,
and
photography.
It can easily go from when you start, you're like, I'm starting this channel because I'm always carrying a camera and I love it. I'm shooting all the time and I just can't get enough.
Yeah.
And then it turns into like, hopefully not, and I've had this happen to me before, where you're only picking up the camera to make the video.
Yeah.
And then you put it down and you're on to something else.
Yeah.
Someone's like, don't you love photography? And you're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's
I
my
literally
job.
only do it for this. So I've been trying,
as
long as I've been on this channel and doing this, I've been doing my best to make sure that never happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. It's always when you really like doing something, like for me, making videos was a hobby in the first place.
Yeah.
Like when I started,
Yeah,
it was
for
just
sure.
something I
It's a
did for
fun
fun.
little
I didn't
pastime.
get paid. I was just like, I want to make this video. It's like
See how this works.
fun watching a tutorial and learning.
Yeah.
And then as you get better and money becomes involved and like it starts morphing into like, it's no longer a hobby anymore. It's still really fun. I really, really enjoy it. Love what I do. But it has that aspect of like, it's work now.
Yeah.
Like, so it's not, I don't film to recharge. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
that's not
anything
a thing.
that these days, anything that I would claim as recharging probably doesn't have a camera involved.
No, nothing to do with
Yeah.
YouTube, nothing to do with filming or anything,
Internet or any of
photography.
that,
Just like
as far
something.
away as I can be.
Yeah.
This Almost Famous says, are you guys ever going to do a short film together? That'd be epic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
We've
so.
talked about it for years.
I think we have to. I think this next year is going to be the year that I think this last 2019 was a year that we didn't really collab at all.
Yeah.
I mean, we've been in each other's videos a little bit, but like
Here
we
and
haven't
there.
we haven't really like, hey, let's do this thing or let's
Yeah.
go on this trip or we haven't
Plan
done
this
anything.
out and execute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which just yesterday or the other day, we were talking about like, man, it would be cool to make a feature film.
Yeah.
Like get together.
I'd be down with anything, man. Feature, short film, doc. I just gave you an idea for a
Series.
doc today that we could do next year. So
Yeah.
like, we're always talking about it.
Yeah. But I think this next year is the year that we should actually like, and we are, I think.
It's funny how it's always been one of those things that we're constantly like, we should.
Yeah, we should.
Let's do it.
And then we go on
Yeah,
to make
let's
our
do it. Like, all right, well, have a good night, man.
Yeah.
I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
2 weeks later,
I'm too
we
busy.
should.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, man. Well, have a good night. I'll see you later. Like, wait, am I stuck in a weird vortex loop here?
Groundhog Day.
Yeah. Brian McGeorge, what's your biggest regret from your filmmaking career? Filmmaking career, I always thought it sounds weird. I don't even think I have a filmmaking career. But
I'm sure others would argue that.
I don't have regrets about any of it. Like,
Yeah.
some of it sucks, some of it's great, some of it's mediocre. I just do my best all the time, and
It's
I mean,
hard
I
to
don't-
have regrets, I think.
Yeah.
Because you don't
They're
know
just
how things would
lessons.
turn. Yeah.
it's just lessons.
I think if I was like smarter or something, I probably would have been interested in things like YouTube earlier. But again, maybe I wouldn't have been ready for it, or maybe I wouldn't have been, skilled enough to actually make it work then. Maybe it was the perfect time.
in line with what we were talking about earlier, maybe you could say not making as many things that I personally wanted to make.
Right, yeah.
That had nothing
Yeah.
to do with what I'm known for, but just make them because I want to make them because I'm a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be something that, I could throw in the hat there.
Yeah. But I mean, we're still young. Like, that's the way I always look at like my career is like I'm 30. Are you 33 too?
33.
Yeah, we're both 33 right now. We're still pretty young, like in the grand scheme of things. We're going to be working for another 20, 30, 40 years.
I have no idea.
Yeah, who knows? But like that's the average,
40?
time that
No,
people-
definitely not 40 years.
Yeah,
I'm
70.
dude, I'm piecing into the woods. You won't find me in 40 years. I'm gone.
Gone, digital.
I'm a shadow.
Print is
Yeah, dude.
deleted.
Yeah, you'll
No.
be just like,
Peter
I'll find
who?
you. I've always wanted to say that.
How do I find you?
I'll find you. You'll be pumping gas, and you'll just like get back in your Model 3 if you ever buy it. It'll be a Model 7 by then, and there'll just be a note. There'll be a note in
No,
your
it'll
cup
be this
holder.
Cybertruck.
Yeah, okay. Then you'll never hear from me again.
I honestly, it's becoming more and more of a thing. I just want to pull up one day to the office or to your house and pick you up in a Cybertruck.
I would make sure you had Apple boxes in that Cybertruck so you could step down without falling.
Don't worry, doesn't it like go up and down?
Probably. Yeah.
Good.
I can't. How do you say this? Chris Tack, I drive a Tacoma. Do you hate me?
Next
No.
question. Next question.
No, I hate your truck, but I don't hate you.
I don't want any fights on this podcast.
When can we expect the Angels and Airwaves documentary?
Okay, before you answer this question,
Okay.
people do not understand how long it takes to make a documentary.
Yeah.
Like documentaries are not YouTube videos
No.
where you just film it and
You need to
post it.
document.
You need to document
It takes time.
for perhaps months at a time,
Yeah.
years. A lot of documentaries, it's years of following a character.
Yeah.
Then you have hundreds of hours of footage,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to go through all of that, figure out what's important, get it down to an hour,
Maybe
hour and a
shoot
half.
pickups, reshoots.
Yeah, figure out more. Like it is a long,
Yeah.
it's
It's a bit of a grueling process, to be honest. So to answer it, next year, at some point,
2 years from now,
I want to put it out 2020 because I don't want to get bored of it. I don't
Yeah,
want to
no.
not like it.
Yeah, you
and
want
I
a
know
deadline.
that they're working on new music, and I'd love to be able to drop it when they drop something, kind of like a cool little collaborative like bonus.
yeah,
But I'm not going to rush myself.
Yeah.
It's done when it's done. But
Yeah.
I'd like it to be done in 2020.
and you don't want to rush that kind of thing either.
No, man, this is like a dream project.
Yeah.
I want it to be incredible.
It's
I want it
a-
to be like the best thing I've ever made.
Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
You're you're never gonna regret that you took 6 months extra
No.
to make it.
Never.
But you will regret
Rushing
that
it.
I rushed it and
Yeah.
it could have been a lot better. I should have
Yeah.
put it in the time. Okay, this one's kind of an interesting one. Levi Cochran asks, has the quotations fame affected your ego at all?
I don't know that you'd be able to answer that yourself when you have to probably ask someone like your wife or your friends that aren't even like that aren't YouTubers.
But I also think that our people that follow us might think that we're really famous, but in our normal lives, like
no one knows
I don't
I am.
feel famous.
No, me neither.
Like every once in a while, sure, somebody reckon.
That even happened.
For those of you
Twice in a row.
listening to this, Peter almost poked his eye out with the string on his sweater. So in our daily lives,
Now I know how
this
to get you.
podcast is the weirdest podcast ever.
This is what it was like with me in school. Peter, are you listening? Nope.
Can you imagine us being in the same class? Like, I feel like I wouldn't have gotten anything. Like, I wouldn't have learned anything.
My mom's
about
a school teacher, and sometimes her colleagues are like, "We should have your son in to speak to the students." I'm like, "Trust me, you don't want me. You don't want me there."
It's not good. But I don't feel famous.
Yeah.
I don't know if you feel famous. You obviously have more following than I do, but I don't feel famous.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm recognized for the work I do.
Yeah.
Especially if I go into places like an Apple store or a camera shop, or I'm speaking at an event.
Yeah,
then
there's
it's like, wow,
certain
I
places-
feel like I definitely feel special.
If we're at NAB, the biggest camera convention, whatever,
Then it's different.
Yeah, then you feel like, oh wow, like
I walk outside to get coffee, I'm just another dude.
Yeah.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
it's fine.
I don't think it's affected either of our egos. I've known you from the
No.
beginning, and I think you've known me from the start of all of this. And I like to think that we've also kind of done a good job of keeping each other grounded. Too.
yeah. That definitely helps.
Yeah.
I think it also like your starting point. If you're wanting to do something like YouTube for fame,
Yeah.
then I think that's going to get to your head when you do get that fame.
Yeah.
And then the other side is also like what you do with that. Like if you have a platform, or if you're making more money, or you're like pretending like you're buying all these Lambos and Ferraris and stuff like that, I feel like the actions end up actually building up your ego more so than the actual like just being famous, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
I would agree with those points.
All right, this one is very timely. Jayhawk asks, hands down, favorite food.
Latin food.
Makes sense. Why?
My wife's Latin, and their food's incredible.
There we go. Mine is Korean food right now.
Why?
My wife is not Korean. She's Filipino. I like Korean food because there's so many different flavors. I get bored of the same. If my whole plate just tastes the same, Korean food has we've never had Korean food together.
We haven't.
We should go for Korean.
We should.
I got a good spot. Right?
Hang on a second.
Okay.
Flip a coin. Korean or Latin?
All right, let's do it.
Heads is Latin. Tails is Korean.
Skull and crossbones for me.
Huh?
Is that for me?
Yes.
Okay.
yours.
Okay.
Ready?
Korean it is.
Let's go.
Let's go. First time Korean.